Hey everyone, we've had some wild swings in the market due to different readings on inflation. First, on Thursday, there was a lower CPI, which had not occurred since about June of 2020, the first time we actually had some deflation. Inflation fell 0.1% from the prior month, which helps make the case for lower rates. The CPI is a broad measure of goods and services. It declined 0.1% from May, putting the 12-month rate at 3%, around its lowest level in more than 3 years. Excluding volatile food and energy costs, just the things you need to live, the core CPI increased 0.1% monthly and 3.3% from a year ago. The annual increase for the core rate was the smallest since April of 2021. A 3.8% slide in gasoline prices held back inflation for the month, offsetting a 0.2% increase in both food prices and shelter. Wholesale prices, which is the PPI, rose 0.2% in June, which was slightly hotter than what was expected. The producer price index is now up 2.6% year over year. In June, an increase in the price for services offset a decline for goods. The reading is an increase from the May number, which was also revised higher. The main beneficiary of all this action was the Russell 2000, which is composed mainly of small stocks, and it went up over 5% for the week, and the Magnificent Seven went down on Thursday and recovered somewhat on Friday. Overall for the week, the NASDAQ went down 0.1%, the S&P 500 went up 0.8%, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average went up 1.7%. The Russell 2000's relative strength is still only 35, which indicates that it's still underbought. For the week, the QQQ, as can be seen on the chart, did slightly better than the ETF consisting only of the Magnificent Seven, which is MAGS, M-A-G-S, and of course the star of the week was IWM, which is the Russell 2000, which went up 5.4%. The relative strength of the QQQ, which is the 100 largest companies on the NASDAQ, is only 24, very much underbought. The QQQ went down 0.5% for the week. MAGS went down 1.8% for the week. If this was a normal stock market, having gone through this situation many times before, this is far from being my first rodeo. We would expect the market to keep declining and then to crash sometime in September or October, or to at least have a major hold down. I think the X factor in all this is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the only thing that has the power enough to land us softly. We're going to have a soft landing. I think we have signs that artificial intelligence may pull this through, and it will be a miracle if it pulls this off, because so much is expected. The prices on artificial intelligence stocks are already high, and so to keep going higher, they have to have super fantastic, out of this world results. We know they're going to be good, the results, but will they be as super fantastic as they need to be to work against this pull down in the market? We got signs from Taiwan Semiconductor. That's the stock, the company that builds about 80 to 90% of all chips. Other companies such as NVIDIA, they design the chips and then they have Taiwan Semiconductor produce them. Recently, Taiwan Semiconductor reported that they had a major increase in sales. You would think that the people sending them orders to make their chips are also having an increase in sales, and I'm sure that's the case, but will there be super fantastic sales? Taiwan Semiconductor, whose symbol is TSM. Everybody refers to it as TSMC, but its actual stock symbol is TSM. It's the 9th largest stock in the world. It's over $1 trillion. And in this article, they say it's riding on the back of NVIDIA's gains. How TSM is doing is a reflection of how much business they've been getting from NVIDIA and other chip makers. A big part of it is NVIDIA. And so Taiwan Semiconductor Semiconductor handily beat market forecasts. It makes all kinds of chips, but the demand for artificial intelligence is increasing their sales so significantly. It is impressive that Taiwan Semiconductor's revenue is over $20 billion per quarter now and is anticipated to increase. In spite of the ups and downs recently for artificial intelligence stocks, Taiwan Semiconductor has managed to make 1.8% in the last week. It's among the first to report earnings, which I think will be a major clue. We expect the earnings to be excellent because the sales are excellent. They report earnings on July 18th, which is a Thursday. So that's going to be a major clue as to how artificial intelligence stocks are likely to do. I'm showing you a chart of Google, Tesla, and Microsoft because they are the first ones of the Magnificent Seven to report their earnings. They report earnings on July 23rd. This should give a major clue as to how the others are likely to do. Tesla was recently flying high with its robo-taxi event on August 8th, but they pushed that back to October sometime, and so it's been a major decrease recently in the stock. And in the last week, they have all gone down about 2 or 3%. Meta is next as it reports earnings on July 31st. It has taken a big dump recently. In the last week, it's gone down almost 8%. Amazon and Apple are next as they report earnings on August 1st. Apple has made 1.2%. Amazon has lost 2.4% in the last week. Nvidia always reports earnings last for the quarter, and they report on August 21st. And they still managed to eke out a positive return for the week. They returned 2.7%. But if you were trading Nvidia, that's not the way you experienced this week. At one point, they were over 135. If you were trading it, it felt like a major come down. Trading in this market has been like playing a game of hot potato. You want to grab it quick when it's hot, but you want to get rid of it before you get burned. I've been playing this game with TQQQ, the ETF that triple leverages the QQQ, which is the 100 largest companies on the NASDAQ. There are many indications that the economy wants to go into recession, but there are many indications that artificial intelligence may be able to blunt this coming recession. Let's hope so, and let's keep on keeping on. I think there's a lot of potential with artificial intelligence. Can it overcome the historical swing towards recession after what we've been through? Thanks for watching.